Okay, so let's talk about the Boyles law, which is the derivative of the ideal gas law. So the Boyles law states that if you take the pressure and you multiply it by the volume of a gas, and while the temperature is constant, then P times V is constant value. And it's quite important. You can see it in diving medicine, for example, when the divers dive, so the air inside his lungs, for example, is shrinking because as the divers dive, the pressure increases. For example, if the divers has a bubble inside him, when you increase the pressure from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere, the volume of that bubble will decrease by 2 because you increase the pressure by 2. So, and the vice versa, when there is a bubble in a pressure and you decrease the pressure, so you increase the volume of the bubble. This is, for example, the reason why if the diver ascends too fast, the air inside his lungs may expand too much and cause barotrauma of the lung, pneumothorax, pneumodiastino, arterial gas emboli, as a consequence of the rupture, because the gas expanded too much, so it caused rupture of the lung. Remember that we are talking about multiplications, so moving from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere decrease the volume by a factor of 2, but moving from 2 atmosphere to 3 atmosphere is less in proportion to moving from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere. Think about it. If I have a bubble volume of 2 liter, moving from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere will decrease its volume from 2 to 1 by half. But moving from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmosphere, moving from 2 atmosphere to 3 atmosphere will only reduce the volume in less than by half, from 1 to 2/3. This is because the multiplication is constant, not the absolute value difference. So remember this. This is also why barotrauma in diving is mainly caused in the shallow depth, because in shallow depth the change in pressure, same absolute value of change in pressure, cause more noticeable change in volume of gas. So in shallow depth in diving, there are more dramatic changes in volume given the same change in pressure. This is quite important. Boyles' law is very important, and it is a derivative of the ideal gas law. If you remember, the ideal gas law states that P times V equals nRT, and if this T is constant and the gas is constant in his amount, so this is constant, and you get PV equals constant, which is exactly Boyles' law. So Boyles' law is a derivative of the ideal gas law in certain circumstances where the temperature is constant and the amount of gas is constant. Then you can say that PV equals a constant value, and this is the Boyles' law. Okay, and this again talks about the volume and pressure of gas and the relationship in constant temperature. Thank you very much. If there are any mistakes or correction, please tell me. This was about Boyles' law, and that's it.